الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل وسلم على سيد المرسلين حبيبنا الكريم ورسولنا العظيم سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، فأيها المسلمون، أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله عز وجل، فقد فاز المتقون. Dear brothers, let me take this opportunity to remind myself and all of you today on the importance of taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The true meaning of taqwa is that we submit to all of Allah's commandments and avoid all of His prohibitions, as well as to be grateful for His blessing and His mercies. Dear Jum'ah, the concept of taqwa that I have just mentioned is a constant reminder to our hearts and our ears, particularly since this is done by the Khatib at the beginning of every Friday sermon. The reminder of taqwa in every Friday sermon is obligatory or wajib, as it forms part of requirements of the Friday prayers. Hence, we are reminded of it during every Friday sermon. It is so important that failing which the Friday sermon will not be valid nor be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The theme of taqwa is reinforced in the Quran as early as the second verse of Surah Al-Baqarah, right after Surah Al-Fatiha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained to us to the concept of His Lordship in the Surah Al-Fatiha. In Surah Al-Baqarah verse 2, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Meaning, this is the book, the Quran. In it is guidance without doubt to those who are taqwa. With this constant and regular reminders on the importance of taqwa from Friday sermons to religious classes and talks, have ever asked ourselves what exactly constitutes the meaning of taqwa? How do we open our hearts and humble our souls for taqwa to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? On the blessed occasion, I wish to elaborate in clear detail the introduction to the concept of taqwa for us to ponder together. My respected brothers, we often hear that taqwa is defined as the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, it must come together with the feeling of deep affection and love towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of the reasons are: first, the Quran tells us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prefers to introduce Himself as the God who is the most compassionate and the most merciful, compared to His other names and attributes. This is clear with the opening of verse of the Quran itself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, at the beginning, when we read any surah of the Quran, we say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, meaning in the name of Allah, the most compassionate and the most merciful. The Surah Al-Fatiha, verse 1. Have we ever wondered why Allah didn't introduce Himself earlier on the characteristics of other names like Al-Muntaqim, the one who punishes, or Al-Muzil, the one who debases, or Al-Mutakabbir, the one who is proud. This is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prefers his relationship with his servants to be built on the basis of love and affection, and not on the basis of fear and intimidation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants himself to be liked and loved by his servants, and not be feared. Second, the word taqwa is taken from Arabic word waqa, and among its meanings is to preserve, protect, and improve. But what is it that needs to be preserved, protected, and improved? It is our own selves. We need to be preserved, protected, and improved upon. However, what is that we need to improve from? It is from the failure of achieving the desired success in the world and the paradise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hereafter. Our next question is, how do we achieve that? It is by performing and implementing all of Allah's commandments and striving to avoid all his prohibitions. If we reflect carefully upon the reasons and explanations that I have mentioned, all of these have very little to do with fear. Instead, if we associate Allah's desires to be known as the most compassionate and the most merciful to his meaning of taqwa, we will come to the conclusion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes for us to submit to him out of our love for him, and not merely out of the fear or threats of punishment. Performing our duty with taqwa due to love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a positive motivation, whereas if we do them out of fear of his punishment, it is henceforth a negative motivation. Although both of these may produce the same set of actions, but it has different psychological effects of humankind. It directly shapes our relationships and attitude with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In addition, it also affects the way we invite others to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The simplest analogy that we can use simplify this concept is in the way we educate our children. Clearly, this is significant difference if we encourage our children to study hard based on their deep interest in searching for knowledge and their love for their parents, as opposite to encouraging them to study hard based on fear and threats of punishment from their parents. If we teach our children to perform matters based on their love and on their passion, we do the same on issues of worship and our relations with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, my dear brothers, let us know Allah better and introduce Allah to others as the most merciful. Let us perform our obligations to Him out of our needs for His love and as a sign of our love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Finally, let us remind each other of the message of taqwa as a message of love and not as a message of punishment. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم وكما قولي ادعوا الله يستجب لكم. Dear brothers, what we have discussed earlier concerns the understanding of taqwa. However, knowledge alone is inadequate. Islam demands that we translate such understanding into some form of actions or deeds. How do we then manifest this understanding of taqwa and internalize it in every of our actions? بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني وإياكم بما فيه من الآيات والذكر الحكيم وتقبل مني ومنكم تلاوته إنه هو السميع العليم. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات. اللهم تقبل دعاءنا. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم وأقم الصلاة.
Allahu Akbar, asyhadu an la ilaha illallah, asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah, hayya 'alas shalah, hayya 'alal falah, qad qamatis shalah, qad qamatis shalah, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
Assalamualaikum, bye bye. Maaf merepotkan.